It's been a little while since we've last been with Wrexham, and it's also been a little while since the team were in League One. 20 years in game to be precise. 2004, they last dropped out. So we're back, and what better way to return to League One for the first time in 2 decades than with a big old derby, I suppose they are, against Swansea. Welcome to League One. We're joined with quite a few decent teams, to be fair. The likes of Birmingham probably shouldn't be down in League One. Swansea, Reading, definitely. So we've got a bit of a challenge in our hand in the division. So we're kicking off with a game, as I said, against Swansea. We're then going into Stockport County in the Carabao Cup. I'm not sure I'm going to bring that for you. We'll see how quick we manage to get through this episode. That will be in League, against the League 2 opposition. We've got a few transfers to update you on. We've not been too busy. And also, I've got to ask you if you could subscribe, show your support on the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. So if you're enjoying the save and what's going on, yeah, I would appreciate it. Also, if you want to whack in the comments, where do you think we'll finish this season? I'll be intrigued to see what you can think. I'll give you a little bit of background on that. So we'll go into League One and we'll have a look at the season preview. Currently has the team in 9th place, actually. So it looks like we're going to be challenging for the top half. But, yeah, to be fair, roughly where I was thinking. I wasn't expecting us to be that high, to be quite honest. The board, every bloody time, the board are just looking for us to attempt to avoid relegation. So it's not even just avoid. And the supporters are looking for... They haven't specified anything in the league, really. They've just said, get the better of our rivals Chester should we play them. Forge a higher reputation than Shrewsbury. Get the better of our rivals Chesterfield. Similar situation. Oh, there you go. And again, attempt to avoid relegation from League One. So basically, as long as we stay in the division, everyone's going to be happy. Our contract is up at the end of the season, but I might ask for a new one of those at some point. Yeah, got a little bit of work to do. We've had some notable highlights from the fans. They were happy with a few, a signing and a few departures. They were disappointed in the sale of a few of our guys as well, but sure they'll get over it. We have also picked up a few players, one of which you might have noticed, who's pretty decent. So, at the end of last season, we lost Will Aimson, has gone out to Sheffield Wednesday. He left us for £100,000. We've also have Ryan McElhenny, who went over to Notts County. I did confirm these before the end of the season, so I think I may very well have updated you on them anyway, but their transfers were confirmed. And I signed a fella called Michal Rosiak, possibly, from Arsenal. He came in on a free. He's doing all right, to be fair. He's only 18. He's already played a few of our friendlies, and he's not looked out of place, which is good. We bought in 1.3 million in total last year, and signed £60,000 worth of players. This year we're carrying on in a similar endeavour. We've sold Ben Osborne over to Sheffield Wednesday for 700 grand. He came into us on a free. Played quite a few games over on that left wing for us, or left mid. He didn't do too bad, but they came in asking for, 700 grand. I'll bring him up in full, actually. So we signed him on a free, played 17 games. Pretty good for us, to be fair. But we were able to turn around 700k on him after 6 months, so why wouldn't you? It allowed us to bring in a few extra players, as well as the wages and etc. that we had from finishing the season. There's a few of them that are a little bit stinky, like Seb Palmer-Holden. He's not ideal. Jordan Thompson has came in as a kind of holding mid to the Carolero in our midfield. We're still going with the 3-1-4-2. It seems to be doing us quite good towards the end of the season, and in the friendlies as well, which I'll go through in a little bit more detail. We have Connor Barrett, again another youngster. Not sure how much of the first team he'll see. Jamie Bowden has came in, similar to the last fella. Decent in the holding mid to centre mid role. Can also cover centre back if we really need him to. But he's only 5'9", so preferable if we didn't need to go that far. Dishon Barnard. Not even close to how you pronounce his name. However you pronounce it. He's pretty decent. I'll get rid of the bands. We'll have a look what he's been up to in his career. So he came through Chelsea, and their Man U signed him when he was very young, and he's been out on loan with them for a handful of years. We picked him up on a free for £6.5 a week, which is relatively high for us, to be fair. But he's got a little bit of versatility where he can play, can drop up to the holding mid, but we've got quite a few players who can cover that position. So realistically, we're looking at him to play like the outside of the centre-back. Kyle Kelly came in as well. Another youngster, another guy that can play in the centre-mid role, but he's a little bit more advanced. He's probably one that's going forward, and he's not paying much, or we're not paying much at all on weekly wages, so I thought it was worth giving him a shot. See if anything can come from him. Ellis Sims, he's kind of our big name. He, in real life, is doing pretty good with Sunderland, and I believe Everton pulled him back, so I don't know if he's going to get any game time with them, but yeah, he's doing all right for us in our friendlies at the very least. So he's going to be kind of the deep line pressing forward alongside one of our other guys. The only issue being we don't really have like a big kind of power forward now, which is good, like it's going to score goals. We do still have our guy up top that scored plenty of goals last season. But I just don't know whether that's going to carry through to this division. We'll have to find out. Marin Bistrovic has came in. Croatian, again, holding mid, defensive mid. He's more one for the future than now, but there's a potential that he can do good. His eligibility is only Croatian. As we know, we're kind of putting on a limitation to only using homegrown players, but in a few years' time, he should have the ability to become English. If not, I'll sell him. So, we'll find out. And finally, Mickey Van Sass. I wanted to bring in another goalkeeper, because Townsend was okay at best at the end of last season. So we signed him so we could play the friendlies, brought him in nice and early. And right at the start, before the friendlies even started actually, he picked up an injury that basically ruled him out for all of them. So he's actually only started one friendly, and he could very well have finished it. And in that, he picked up a clean sheet. So, not too bad. And on the talk of those friendlies, we'll have a little look at how they went on, and then we'll jump into the game. So we kicked off with an 8-0 against Bury Town. We lost 2-0 to Portimonense, who's a Portuguese first-tier team. If not first, then second at the very most. Yeah, so they're one of the better teams in Portugal, so it wasn't too bad. We then played this team, beat them 12-0. TNS, Ellis Sims scoring the one goal for us in a 1-0 win. We have actually already played Swansea, beat them in a friendly 5-3, so an echo of that would be nice. Played Stourbridge, 8-3 win again for us, a lot of goals being scored. Hartlepool, a 2-1 win away from home with Annesley getting a header. And most recently, we beat a team called Lex, 13-0. And you've probably noticed Annesley's name popping up quite a bit. He's been pretty deadly from corners at the moment, which is good. He scored 2 in like 2 minutes. I'd say 2 in 4 minutes here, which is pretty good. So fair play to the lad. We'll jump into the Swansea game now. Swansea game. And see how we get on there. As I mentioned, we're still going with the 3-1-4-2. We have Townsend in goal, because Van Sass isn't quite back yet. I am going to start squeezing him into the team more regularly. Bernard, Scar and Annesley as the back three. Wing just in front of them with Reed and Thompson, one of the new centre mids we signed, out on the left. We don't have a lot of cover on that left side at the moment. Jordan Davies, who would do it. He's a little bit of a knock at the moment. He's still pottering about for anyone that watched Welcome to Wrexham, forgot what it was called. Yeah, so Thompson's on the outside there. Could do that job pretty well, to be fair. And then we've got Evans and Howson completing the midfield. And then Sims is supporting Shamanga. Hopefully, can be quite a deadly little duo up top, but we'll see whether that's going to be the case, to be fair. The league at the moment, as I say, no games have even started as of yet. So we'll see what we can do. We're setting on balance to start. Cotterill's got a free kick scored. Literally the first highlight we've seen. I also have it zoomed out really far. I might bring that in a little bit for you guys, because you might have little tiny people running about. Cracking free kick, to be fair. It's just a shame that we've conceded the goal at home within the first 5 minutes. I might pin that entirely on Townsend, even though he would had very little he could have done about it. Howson on the ball in the middle. Out to Reed on the right side. Yeah, we've got both the wide players. I am looking to see if I can bring in some guys to replace them, but it's a little bit of a tricky position, because we need them to be quite strong, a good work rate, have decent stamina as well. Brilliant from Shimanga there, getting himself on the score sheet nice and early for the season. Yeah, those wide positions are a little bit awkward because they're quite important for us. It's literally the only kind of bit of width we have in the team. Yeah, we need them to run forward, chase back quite a lot. It's quite a busy position. But 15 minutes on, we're pulled itself back to 15-all. No, that's the time. 1-all is the score. There's not been 30 goals. Not yet. Townsend with a goal kick. Absolutely boots it through the middle towards Sims. He's about 6'4", so he should be getting his head on some of them, which is good. He's like Ollie Palmer, but not slow as shit, and actually pretty decent at scoring. To be fair, that was unfair. Palmer's actually had been quite a good goal scorer for us. Annesley, back into Scar in the middle. Bernard, look at this gap here now, because they're all pottering about trying to chase our midfielders, and then it allows us to make a little break. Shimanga, oh, he's done it again. Here's me going, oh, I haven't got an established goal scorer. 2 goals in 30 minutes. What a boy. Brilliant ball through. Defence are basically asleep, which is, it seems like a staple of this football manager, but I'm willing to deal with it if it's us capitalising. Thompson, with the corner towards the near post, towards Annesley. He's a dangerous little boy over there. Back into Thompson. Back post, Sims gets one. 3 goals for the 2 forwards. Wonderful stuff. Oh, never mind. Scratch that. Just the 2 again. So we are through to half-time. If we look at the stats, we've been pretty dominant. They've had 1 shot on target, which was their free kick. And to be fair to them, a pretty good goal. The passing network just has all of us been incredibly kind of concentrated here. And the goalkeeper, for some reason, only wants to pass to Annesley, which is fair to him. Striker, one of them's looking a little bit isolated up here, Sims, but it's fine. We're doing well from it, so we won't change anything. We'll tell them they're doing splendidly, and we'll kick them up the arse and send them out for the second half. Thompson, free kick out on the left side, towards Bernard at the back post. This one's gone in. He's got another assist this time, and it's not been ruled out. So that's good. I bet it was both of their debuts, actually, which is good. So an assist and a goal for both debut scorers in that. Debut scorers? That's not. Debutants is the word I was going for. I didn't catch who got the assist for Shimanga's goals, actually. I think Tyler Reid got one of them. I have Little Butcher who got the others. But Bernard wasn't really in any danger there of being offside, which is good. We'll push this down. Oh, so Tyler Reid got the assist on both the goals for Shimanga, which is good. Wing puts it out towards Bernard again, towards the back post. Nodded clear, and Bob picks up the ball for Swansea. He's been pressed a little bit, pushed back to Kane, tries to get it into Bob. Thompson does a wonderful job, gets the ball back into our possession. There's only a few minutes left of the game. It will take something catastrophic for us to throw this whole game away now, but the goalkeeper's trying his best, bless him. Do you realise what I was saying now about wanting to change my goalkeeper over? Because that was unacceptable. And again, that was intercepted because he tried to pass the ball to Annesley again. I need to check if I've got that in my tactics, and I've accidentally asked him to only pass to the left centre-back. That seemed a pretty successful game, if you ask me. Starting off with a little green counter on the board. We've got a game against Stockport County next. I'm not looking to come back till at the very least the end of September, just to confirm the transfer window, players in and out, etc. And potentially, if we get further in the FL Cup, I might come back for the next round of that. We'll see. I definitely do want to play Oxford at some point this season, because the wonderful Andrew Plays, if you're aware of him, he's doing his kind of save. He's recently moved over to Oxford, so if you haven't been watching that, scoot over there, go and watch it. He does brilliant things, and the best things he does is when he involves me, which is what we've got. so self-centered. We've got a save going on. Pair of us. We're kind of handing over one between us. We're doing, because I'm not doing my Doleboy save this year. Andrew's not doing his unknown to world known. So we're kind of doing a handover one between us. So I picked up the first season, in which it took us till March to actually get a team. So I finished off that first kind of 2 or 3 months left. He's then taken the second season, which we've recently recorded, yet to be uploaded on his channel. So when there is, I will pop it up here. Gonna regret doing that. Yeah, if you haven't been watching it, go over there, do so. Likewise, If you're enjoying this channel, like, subscribe, as I believe I mentioned earlier. That would be greatly appreciated. There's some items on screen, so you can carry on watching as well. Thank you very much for your time.